I don't know. That's called private property.
That's private property. Come here. What it says over here? What does it say?
Cops often consider themselves above any accountability, but today we'll be watching some moments when these evil officers were taken to the cleaners. Stick around until the end because the actions of the first cop are nothing compared to what the last ones did. That's because this man was riding a bicycle when he was approached by a policeman who started questioning him. The officer's attitude swiftly changed once the individual refused to answer.
Oh, that scares me. That's real scary. So you're not gonna tell me what you're doing out here? You said 2 stolen cars in the last half hour. And you're just out in the middle of the night.
What's it got to do with me?
Just asking what you're doing out here in the middle of the night. I'm asking why you're out here.
I don't answer questions.
You don't answer questions?
No.
No?
We're going to invoke my Fifth Amendment right now. And I'm telling you, I'm not going to answer any of your questions. I'm not going to help with your investigation, whatever you got going on. 0. So.
You're a real nice, real tough guy.
I'm not trying to be tough, man. I'm just invoking my rights. I have rights. I don't have to be questioned. I'm not going to sit here and be questioned, man.
160.
Like, for what? For what?
Why do you gotta be a jerk?
I'm not being a jerk. I'm just sitting there with my bike. I was about to take my dog for a walk.
You were down there when I saw you.
Okay.
So you were there. Also, I saw you take off like hell. That's why I flew down here.
I'm just riding my bike around, man.
Just being a tough guy. You don't have to answer anything. You can't answer any questions. What's going on, man?
There's nothing going on, man. I'm just this.
Another officer showed up and started interrogating the man who was simply walking his dog. Instead of handling the situation, the officer escalated it.
What the man? Like, I was about to take my dog for a walk on my bike, okay? And you showed up and started tough guy to me.
You are.
For what? For what? For what, man?
I just told you we had 2 stolen cars the last half hour.
I live in this neighborhood. I live in this neighborhood. I pay taxes in this neighborhood.
You said I ain't answered nothing. You started.
Yeah, because I don't have to, man. I don't have to. I don't have to answer any of your questions. Nothing. Dude, really?
I just asked you a question and you're being a jerk.
You obviously I live here, okay? I'm just riding my bike out in front of my house and you pull up and you're like, what are you doing, man?
I didn't say that, okay? I did not say
Basically, yeah, you did. Go in the house. I didn't do shit, so go find some real criminals, man. I'm riding my bike in front of my house.
Shut your mouth, all right?
When the man chose to remain silent and refused to answer the questions, the officer unlawfully escalated the situation and detained the man instead of respecting his right to remain silent.
Well, I'm not going to give you my name, okay? I'm not going to give you any information. If you're conducting an investigation,
that's fine.
I have no obligation to help you with that investigation.
That's fine, you're right.
And if you got the guy with some stripes on his shoulders, can you get him down here?
When you're suspected of committing a violation or a crime, okay, and you don't provide name, you are arrested for obstruction. So
No, that's not how it works. That's not how it works.
It is how it works.
It's really not.
Okay. All right. Do you think I'm playing games with you? All I want
You want to slap me in handcuffs and damn it? All right. I haven't done anything wrong. I haven't, man. I'm riding my bike. I'm riding my bike. I'm riding my bike.
I'm sick here.
No.
Can you just be?
Can you tell me his last name so we can be done?
No, just don't do it. Don't do it.
This unlawful arrest highlights the lack of professionalism in the officers. The whole thing might have been avoided with a more controlled approach. Well, if you think this cop was corrupt, wait until you see the actions of this next officer, as he was owned quite badly.
You're a coward, dude. You shouldn't be a police officer if you're scared of people walking up on you.
In December of 2021, Highland Police were conducting a traffic stop when an auditor who goes by the YouTube channel Always Film the Police went over to record them. That is when things started to get a little steamy.
Hey, I don't need your directives. I'm not committing a crime. Stay away from me. Don't walk towards me. Stay away from me. You don't get to pick where I stand in public, buddy. Get away from me.
I'm gonna search you for weapons. I don't know.
Oh, get away from me, you coward. You coward. You ain't gonna search me for nothing, buddy. You don't tell me where to go, Streeback. Get away from me. Go over there with your buddy. You see how he's smart enough not to say nothing to me? You see how he's smart enough not to say nothing to me?
The officer clearly didn't expect to face someone who knew the law better than he did, and things were about to take a turn for the worse.
But you're dumb enough too, right?
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you are.
Nicely just back
You don't
up.
have to ask me nothing. Back up, man.
No, I'm gonna stand right here.
Good.
I can see-
Stand right there. I mean no ill will or intent towards you. Go do your job.
Okay, I just asked you to step away.
I don't care what you asked. It's not a law, buddy. Is that a law? You're a law enforcement, aren't you? Thank you.
I don't know what you are doing or planning to do or not.
I'm standing here with the camera in my hand, genius.
Well, I can stand here just as you can stand there then.
Yeah, well, I didn't say you couldn't stand there. I didn't try to tell you to go somewhere like you did me. Yeah, I got freedom of speech too, by the way, buddy. Yeah, I know you know, and you look at your disdain towards me because you can't stand it.
No, it's because
Yeah.
it's proper, that's all.
Proper would have been leave me alone when I walk up to you. That's would have been proper.
While most officers ignored the camera, one decided to intervene and let his ego take over. What followed was a complete grilling, and the auditor was just getting started.
Always trying to tell people what lawfully they can and can't do.
I said you could tape, just scoot it down.
I don't need your permission, though. That's where you're wrong. Giving me permission to tape, I don't need it from you. The Constitution of this great place gives it to me.
So, hey, here's another law in Indiana. I'm not yelling at you. I'm asking you to quiet down. Stop screaming and yelling.
Bud, I can protest anywhere I want and be as loud as I want.
You're right, you can protest.
Exactly,
Generally-
exactly. So let's be quiet now, sir.
Okay, stop screaming and yelling.
Number
please.
63.
Stop
This is my normal voice, buddy. This is my normal voice. This is Officer Strebeck, number 63. He's from Griffith.
Do not walk up
He's a
on me.
moron.
Do
Then
not
we got
walk up
number
on me.
9.
Giving you a legal lawful directive. Do not walk up on these guys.
We got number 63. This is his car. He's a canine douche. Got number 8.
The auditor refused to back down, confronting the officer and demanding his details. He deserves immense respect for standing his ground and not yielding to this display of tyranny.
What's your name and badge number?
Okay, if they can just get somebody with a license.
I already know who you are. You don't need to
Keep
identify
walking.
yourself.
Just don't
I-
walk
I don't-
up on us. I'm not telling you again. Don't walk up on us.
Notice how this guy's not saying nothing to me?
Because he's on the radio.
He's
man.
not saying nothing to me, bro. But you keep on talking.
Sir.
I know you're not. I would never be a pig.
Okay, that's fine.
Never in my life.
You're very disrespectful for no good reason.
So are you by telling me what to do as soon as I walked up. You should have shut your mouth. You should have shut your mouth and you wouldn't have had this.
All right, man. Just keep walking.
I'm going to stand right here, buddy.
You don't walk up on us. I don't know about you. Don't.
You're a coward, dude. You shouldn't be a police officer if you're scared of people walking up on you. Coward. You're going to be all over the internet in about an hour, buddy. What a coward, man.
The officer surely seemed to learn his lesson, as he didn't dare to speak until the traffic stop came to an end.
Money pays for? Don't walk up on me. Don't walk up on me. I'm gonna find all out about you, buddy. I'm gonna request your whole history.
The bully cop was owned quite badly and would surely remember this interaction for a long time. If you wonder if this cop was corrupt, this next guy took things up a notch.
I want to know who I'm dealing with. You could be an axe murderer. Okay?
In June 2021, this guy was playing a GPS-based game and stopped outside a residence in a public neighborhood when an officer approached and decided to interrogate him.
We've had thefts in this community, okay? You can do that if you want to.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
We've had thefts in the community, okay? And you don't live here.
Do you have a
I do
reasonable
not-
suspicion?
The reasonable suspicion is that the possibility that you could be a thief in this area.
I have explained to you what I'm doing.
I want to know who I'm dealing with. You could be an actor. Okay?
So could you?
Would yeah. No, not in my uniform.
Yes,
I'm
you
at
could.
work. No.
No. There have been plenty of cases where officers have broken the law.
Okay.
Let's not pretend. Nobody is perfect.
I'm not breaking the law. I'm asking you for your so you can show me your identity, and I can walk away from here and give you your identification right back to you, and we'll be done.
The guy, who was not a seasoned auditor, was trying his best to hold his ground against the corrupt officer who was adamant about getting his ID.
Are you issuing me a
Not right
civil
this second.
citation?
No, not this second.
Am I being detained, or am I free
You're
to
not
go?
being tamed. You can leave if you want to. Yes.
Okay, thank you. But if I'm free to go, I'm free to stay.
No, you're not free to stay.
Yes, I am.
Because you're
is this
considered
is this a
suspicious.
public street?
You're suspicious in this area.
Okay,
I
and
don't
you
know
have-
if you're getting ready to
you
go in
have-
this lady's house and steal anything.
you have
or this
approached
lady's
me.
house or anything.
You
okay?
have approached me.
You want to leave?
You have
You
approached
got one or two
me.
options. You can leave.
You have approached me, and I have explained what I am doing. I am playing a game on my phone. So
That's
you think
just
I'm a
your
liar?
excuse.
The intimidation from the corrupt cop was intense. Even though no law had been broken, the officer continued to threaten him.
You're saying I deal with 90% of the worst people. 90% of the time, 10% worse people. Okay.
Yes, yeah, I understand. Your sense of trust is gone completely.
No, it's not there.
But I'm asking you to obey the law. I'm asking you to obey the law.
I am obeying the law.
No, you are not. You do
No.
not have a reasonable,
You don't have-
articulable
Yes, I do.
suspicion.
Yes, I do.
What is your
You are
reasonable, articulable suspicion
you
that I am
are in-
about to
you
commit,
are in a-
have committed, or will commit a crime?
You are in an area.
What
that
is
you
your
do not
reasonable,
inhabit,
articulable suspicion
okay?
that I have committed, will
gonna give
commit,
me the
or about
ID
to
or
commit a
not?
crime?
Are you
No,
gonna give
sir,
me the
I'm
ID?
not.
Stay there.
It is truly shocking how officers like him violate law and try to bully citizens without any reason. Things were about to get even worse. He returned for a few more questions.
Now you're in violation of traffic law. On top of being in a neighborhood where you don't live. You
Which-
live on Ridge Street, right?
Which traffic law am I in violation of, sir?
You're violation of registration right now.
How so?
Because this is on a white minivan and the tag comes back to a green car.
Well, I can't. That's what we were issued. But if I'm in violation, please issue me a
Let me
citation.
see your registration, proof of insurance, and ID.
Can I get in my thing?
Yep, go ahead.
The guy did end up showing his ID, even though he had no reason to do so. However, he had a few more questions for the corrupt officer, questions to which the officer had no answer.
What does my ID have to do with making sure the area is safe?
Okay.
Is the area any more safer now that you've identified me?
Yes, and I'm going to tell you how.
Okay.
The explanation that I'm fixing to give you is the reason why I do what I do. Okay, this area, now that I have your ID, the area, if something does happen, something could happen, there's a possibility of a already known suspect now that was in the area prior to anything happening. So if something happens tonight or the next day or something like that, who's the strange people in the area? That would be you, okay? We will come and talk to you. We will commit an
Well, that's
do an
fine. Why
investigation.
don't you come and talk to me when you have suspicion of an actual crime?
Sir,
Sitting
if-
on the
if
side of
I
the
can-
road is not suspicion of a crime.
The officer should have let him go after verifying his identity and realizing that he wasn't a fugitive, but the ego-driven officer chose to escalate the situation, making things even more difficult.
What crime is sitting on a
Do you know
public road?
anybody in this subdivision?
As a matter of fact, I do.
Okay. Why aren't you sitting in front of their house?
Because I already sat in front of their house. I explained to you this is a GPS game. You understand GPS, I
I
know.
understand GPS and I understand people doing all these games, but if you want to be hard with me as far as
I'm
me
not
just
trying to
asking
be
you for your
hard.
ID
I'm
to
trying.
figure
I
out
want you
who
to obey
are.
the law.
I am doing the law.
No, you
That
are.
is within
You
everything
as
that I
a
do
corporal.
is my duty.
Bull. As a
What?
corporal, you.
I'm glad you know my job better than I do.
I don't know your job better than you
Go
do,
on,
but I
go
do
on,
know the
okay.
statute for identify.
Ultimately, the officer forced him to leave the area, which was once again a clear violation of his constitutional rights, straight up illegal.
The statute for identifying yourself is anybody over the age of 18 has to have a document in their possession of who they are at all times.
But I don't have to give it to you.
When you are asked and requested by a officer,
You,
do have to give it to
unless you are issuing me a civil
No,
or
I
a
don't
criminal
have to issue you
citation,
anything.
then this is
I can
Nazi
ask for
Germany.
I can ask for your identification at any
You
given time.
sure you can ask for it, but I'm not legally required to give it to you.
I'm happy you feel that way. Have a good afternoon, sir.
Thank you. You
Please
too.
move on.
If I'm free to go, I'm free to stay.
I'm going to ask you to leave this
Are you
area,
asking?
please.
Are you asking me or ordering me?
I'm asking you to leave the
Are you
area.
asking me or ordering me?
I'm asking you to leave the
If
area.
you are ordering me, I will leave. If you are asking me, I would stay. I'd like to stay.
Order you? I'm ordering you to leave the area.
Thank you very much. I will certainly leave. Please wipe y'all's fingerprints off the back of my car.
It is disheartening to see how individuals aren't free to move about their own country. After this incident, he went to file a complaint with the sheriff's office, but they eventually cleared the officer of any wrongdoing, exposing what a joke the department truly is. The cops think they're untouchable, but this next case will show you just how wrong they are.
I don't know. That's called private property. You can't.
That's private property. Come here. What it says over here?
The outside, if you like.
What does it say?
In February of 2024, Siberian Tiger, a First Amendment auditor who was out on the street when he saw two police cars parked outside. As he began recording, a cop came out.
Who are you?
Huh?
Who are you?
I don't know. What are you doing?
You don't know who?
Are you taking close-up pictures of the inside of the car? You can't do that. Okay.
Says who?
It says me.
Who are you?
I don't know.
Well then,
Okay, you
Get
can't
lost.
You cannot be taking pictures of the inside of these cars.
watch me.
You cannot be taking pictures of the inside of the cars.
Who are you?
Who are you?
Who are you?
Who are you?
You come over here all big tough guy?
Hey, you can't be taking pictures inside the
Says
car.
who?
It says me. It's a police car, okay?
And you, who are you?
I'm a sergeant, okay? I'm a supervisor,
Yeah?
okay? Yeah.
And?
And you can't be here
And
doing
you can
that.
get lost.
It doesn't work that way, my friend.
How does that work?
Hey,
Together with the sergeant, the officer showed an unexpected ignorance of the law. As the interaction progressed, the officer started acting more aggressively.
You gonna get in my face like this?
Go find something else.
You think
to
you're
do.
gonna intimidate me?
Who's intimidating you, man?
Then what's the problem?
I don't know. I'm wondering what the problem is with you.
You came over here all tough guy.
I'm wondering what the problem is with you. Because
There was no problem. What am I doing?
You can't be taking pictures of the inside.
Says
of the car.
who?
Says me.
What law?
I don't know.
Exactly. So get lost, tough guy.
That doesn't work that way.
Well, how's it gonna work? Why don't you call your bobbies over here? Why don't you call your lieutenant,
No.
other sergeants?
You show me out in front of the precinct with
Yeah?
taking some pictures of inside of the police car.
Dumb guy.
I'll take it.
What a dumb guy. Taking pictures of the
Yeah.
inside of the vehicles that are public property. I'm on a public sidewalk taking pictures of everything that is open, visible from my eyes, okay? Which is First Amendment protected activity, and the tough guy shows up here and tells me I can't take pictures.
The auditor was well versed in his rights as he was only taking pictures of cars that belonged to the government. The sergeant, however, ignored this and called for backup.
Taking pictures of the inside of the car is
Oh,
is that,
you too? You want to get on my case too about taking pictures?
I'll be on it.
Watson?
Dude,
And you?
dude.
Words? Edwards?
Yeah, something like
Yeah,
that.
something
Okay.
like that.
Okay. What are you doing taking pictures of the
What am I doing taking pictures? What's the problem
Can't
taking
take
pictures?
of the inside of the vehicles in the computer.
What law is that? What am I breaking?
I don't know. That's called private property. You can't.
That's
you-
private property? Come here.
You can't.
Come here, Sergeant.
You can't take a picture.
Come
of the
here,
inside of the
Sergeant.
vehicle.
Come here.
Come here. I'm good.
What it says over here?
Picture of the outside if you like.
What does it say?
I don't know.
What does it say?
You tell me.
You don't know how to read? Any of you guys know how to read?
What's your goal, sir? What do you need today?
I was minding my own business. This guy comes over here, gets in my face, and gives me unlawful directives.
Sadly, the sergeant's attempt backfired quickly, humiliating him in front of everyone.
Can you understand why we may be...
I don't need to understand anything.
Well, I'm going to explain why he was concerned.
Why?
So we could be concerned that somebody is targeting our police vehicles or is looking inside there to see confidential information on the screen or in other things.
Okay.
So this is a reasonable...
Whose
to ask-
responsibility
it is
to protect
reasonable-
confidential
it is-
information?
It is reasonable.
Whose responsibility?
It's reasonable
Great.
to ask.
Is it your responsibility to protect confidential information?
Sir.
Exactly. Exactly. So next time when a law-abiding citizen inspects his own property,
It's your property.
and you're my servant, that's my property.
your property.
Everything that's on you, my property, except your personal effects. This building, my property. This vehicle, my property. You all, you, every one of you work for me. I tell you what to do, I tell you how to do it, I pay your wages.
Leaving their computer screens on inside the car was a grave mistake made by the officers. The auditor used this opportunity to teach the officers a lesson.
So when you get on my case, being a law-abiding citizen, quiet, I'm not talking to you.
Okay.
Quiet. When I'm a law-abiding citizen and you get in my face and you start threatening me and you call your buddies out here, assuming that I'm a criminal because you intend to do something against me, guess what?
What are you gonna do?
You're going to get a piece of my action.
What are you gonna do?
My freedom of speech.
Now you're
All of
committing
us
crime.
have a
Now
lot of
you're
things we
committing
need to
Get
do.
back to your job. I didn't call you.
Everywhere.
I didn't call you.
We're here until
Who called you?
are not here. So
Who
what's
called
going
you?
on? What do you want?
Who called you?
Your
Who called you?
situation, your scene, your level of engagement
Yeah?
is going to make the police be here. And I do think that's your goal. I
No.
literally think what you are doing is trying to create a scene to get police attention. to
Ask her.
record it on
Ask her.
camera,
I was walking
to
down. I
record it
was
on
walking
camera,
on a sidewalk.
and have this
I was
interaction
walking
be
on a
useful to
sidewalk
you
very
online
quietly.
on a YouTube channel.
Whatever you think.
So whatever your
I
goals
don't care
are.
what you think.
Immediately, the police realized that this person knew more about the law than they had thought, and they finally gave up and went inside.
Here's how you can end this.
So I think that's important.
This is how you can end this.
What do you need?
Go back to your job and mind your own damn business.
You need to not point your camera inside of police vehicles and record information off of our computers.
According to whom?
Don't do it.
According to whom?
That's it.
According to whom?
Sir.
What law is that?
Okay.
What law is that? Give me an ORS code that tells me that I am not lawfully allowed to look at anything that my eyes can see on a public sidewalk.
Okay.
What law is that?
We are going to leave, and we understand that you are not going to point inside of cameras.
Unless
and
I'm
record
breaking
things
the
off
law,
computers.
you can take your orders
You stay
and
on
go to
public
hell
property.
with them.
You stay out of a roadway. You understand? You stay out of the roadway.
I'm protesting at this point, so I will stand wherever the hell I want.
Good day, sir.
Get lost.
The harassment eventually stopped, allowing the auditor to keep recording. This incident shows how little the law enforcement officers know about the law that they are supposed to protect. Well, that brings us to the end of this video. Today we saw instances where corrupt police officers were caught on camera and held accountable. These auditors ensured that these bullies were exposed and taught a lesson. Hopefully, such moments serve as a wake-up call for other officers to improve their conduct and act as true law enforcement professionals instead of abusing their authority. If you agree with me, please support us by liking this video. And if you enjoyed this video, don't miss this one where evil cops are humbled and finally get what they deserve.
Suspicious behavior is not a misdemeanor or felony.